welcome to Night Combos.
Welcome back. Hubby's here.
Hey, hubby.
Hey, lovey.
Hey, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna jump into chapter 9 of Gypsy's book. We're trying to get on through it and get the rest of it out as quickly as possible because we had a few of y'all, we seen a few comments in the comment section where a few of y'all wanted us to get through the book, especially before the show starts to air on March 10th. So I promise we're working on it. We promise we're working on it. So that's why we're posting our book again this week, another chapter again this week. And we'll try to get chapter 10 out this week as well by like Saturday or Sunday. But we've also got other videos we're working on that we're posting too. So just to let y'all know. Also, thank you so very much to all of our subscribers. We greatly appreciate every single one of you so very much. Y'all mean so much to us truly. And welcome to all of our new subscribers. We hope y'all enjoy our content and continue to enjoy our content. And if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos, all of the things, and we would greatly appreciate it so very much. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we posted a video about Gyp and how easily she could throw away a child or a child's love. So make sure y'all go watch that video as well. We posted that last night. And of course, we would appreciate it. We also posted the full version of her live from today with the comments for those of you who like to read them and want to see the live all together in one video, because we posted it like part 1 and part 2, but then we were able to get the whole live from beginning to end, and it had the comments going up because we know that a lot of people like to read the comments during the live. So we were able to get that from beginning to end, and we posted that all in one video and just titled it Gypsy's Full Live. So just to let y'all know, that's up as well if y'all want to go and watch that for those of you who haven't. And y'all make sure to leave y'all's thoughts on that video about her throwing a child or a child's love away, because we want y'all to see how she's already done this, and she's literally already done this, thrown not only a child but children's love away and children away. And we want to know y'all's thoughts on it and opinions on it, and what y'all think she would do with her own child, and if it would be any different, because most of us know a mother's love is supposed to be like no other love in the world, especially with her being a narcissist, though. We want y'all's thoughts on it. But, okay, let's jump into chapter 9.
9. Allons. Let's go. Maybe Mama really had magic powers, because in the months leading up to my second escape attempt in 2012, I knew by the way she increased her surveillance of me that she sensed I was up to something. I couldn't even go to the bathroom without asking permission. It took months to regain Mama's trust after she unleashed me from the bedpost. If I had been allowed to walk, it would have been on eggshells, as I did everything in my power not to upset her. I took my medicine and wore my oxygen at night, the bruise now an open flesh wound, but still ongoing. It was our normal, and I needed it back, so at least she'd take the bell off the back door. What kept me going was the hope of an escape, and that hope was crammed in a backpack hidden behind the couch. That and the painkillers. I don't know if it was my nervous energy, but she was tipped off and went on one of her maniacal searches of the house. She ransacked my bedroom, not exactly knowing what she was looking for, but likely thinking she'd know it when she saw it. I followed her in my wheelchair, crying, "What are you doing? What are you looking for? What did I do?" After she dumped out all of my drawers, she continued to the living room. I slickly maneuvered my wheelchair to block the couch cushion. I was a human compass arrow that led the pirate right to its booty. "Move out of the way," my mother said, her eyes darting. I knew I couldn't deny the evidence. Can't you just let me leave? Let me go, I pleaded, looking past her to the kitchen table where her favorite talisman, an old-fashioned Chinese dagger, lay. Not this again, Gypsy. I thought we moved past this. She sounded like I was begging her to let me go to the mall or even to date Dan, who wanted nothing to do with me after she told everyone that he was a pervert and a child molester. I won't bother you, and you'll never see me again, I said, saying the reverse of what she wanted to hear. Rushing to the kitchen table, I swiped the dagger and grabbed a .22 caliber BB gun she'd picked up at Walmart. I thought if I aimed the gun at her, she'd back off. Out of fear, I pulled the trigger and offloaded 10 BBs at her, creating tiny slits in her flesh.
Okay, so most of y'all know that we've been doing this with the book, like playing half of it and then giving our commentary, then playing the last half and giving our commentary on the last half. So that's what we're going to continue to do throughout the rest of the chapters because it seems to work the best. But Gypsy, you start out with this huge alleged fight between you and your mom, and you say your mom said, I thought we moved past this, talking about you allegedly having a book bag to run away with behind the couch, and you said it like she said that calmly. But out of, quote, fear, you grabbed the dagger and the BB pew-pew. Come on now. Seriously? You know you are not in fear, especially since your mom was so calm, like you said. We didn't say she was like calm, but I don't think she said she was like calm, but she said it like Dee Dee was being calm, like she was going around the house, but said it calmly.
Yeah.
You still swiped the dagger from the table, though, even though she was being calm. You still swiped the dagger from the table it was laying on, and the BB pew-pew, though, while, quote, having to be in your wheelchair. And your mom didn't get up to stop you because she could have gotten to it before you, I would think. What do y'all think? Like, I seriously think Dee Dee would have been able to get to it before her in her wheelchair.
Oh, yeah.
And then you aimed it at her to, quote, scare her allegedly, but immediately pulled the trigger and unloaded it into her because you were oh so scared, even though your own mother had not done anything to you or came at you or anything, yet you were scared.
Yeah, okay.
I know, right? The lies are ridiculous. And I still have the question of what does any of this have to do with giving people hope or a light at the end of the tunnel, like you said many times, Dipsy Gypsy? Please answer that. Anyway, let's go to the second half because we also have a little video clip to show y'all as well that went with this. This is the only chapter we have listened to beforehand and before we listen to it with y'all. Like, we have not gone any further in the book or anything like that without y'all. Like, we haven't listened to chapter 10 yet, none of that. We've been listening to each chapter with y'all as we do the videos. But this chapter we went ahead and listened to when we had to run errands the other day. We were listening to it in the car. So we apologize that we didn't listen to it with y'all first. But we do have a video clip that we want to show y'all with this. But let's go to the second half.
You shot me! She backed her way into the bathroom. Double-fisted with weaponry, I followed her until I was wedged in the doorway. Give me my bag, I want to go. I came at her with the gun, now empty, and just held the dagger up while she sat on the toilet. We were at a standoff. Why can't I be like other kids? The surge of heat released from the top of my head. I could feel my arms quivering and my voice trembling. I didn't know frustration could feel this way, like you want to twist your own head off and throw it at someone. Why'd you shave my head? Why can't I be like Aaliyah? Why is my life this way? All the questions. I was mad about Dan, and about the dog leash, and about the cow's tongue. The loneliness, the shame, the period pull-up diapers, the pills that made me drowsy, the surgeries. I wanted a dad. I wanted a friend. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to listen to the Backstreet Boys. I love you, she said, pressing her fingers against her bleeding flesh wounds. You are my heart, and I can't live without my heart. And then I asked the question that had been the source of so much frustration. Why can't you let me go? Because I need you. I put the dagger down, but held on to the empty gun. Please stay, she begged. I released all that pent-up anger. I felt relief, then remorse. I saw her flesh wounds, and I felt sorry and apologetic that it had escalated to this. I had forgotten that she said she hated me in the alley. All that echoed in my mind now was, I love you. We sat on the bed together while she tended to her leg with peroxide and Band-Aids. I couldn't stop crying. The day went by with my quiet sobs. There was hardly anything said. She didn't hit me or tie me up again. I think she was afraid of me. I think she hadn't realized baby could be violent. Honey and baby were equals now. I was scared shitless of her, and she was scared shitless of me. Another dogfight, this time nose to nose. The whole time I never got up from the wheelchair. But from here on, Mama and I were speaking different languages.
You never got up from the wheelchair, yet you just said y'all were sitting on the bed together. Anyway, you start the second half off by saying you are the one that followed her into the bathroom. You, Gypsy, were the aggressor. That's why your mom stayed afraid of you all the time and had to keep you away from other children and churches and took you out of Girl Scouts and all that, if she really did take you out of these activities. Because from what we've all seen, Gypsy was in pageants, cheerleading, and several other activities growing up. We've all seen the videos and pictures, Gyp. The truth is, there's so many home videos and proof out there that show Dee Dee, excuse me, y'all, signing Gypsy up for different activities, doing things with her, being a proud mama, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, but I feel like she absolutely should feel so bad for everything she's done.
And continues to do.
Exactly, yes. Not only to her mom, Dee Dee, but to Nick and his family as well, Gyp. Then she goes on to say she was in a quote standoff with her mom, even though Dee Dee was sitting on the toilet, and blamed her mom for many things like not having her dad in her life and having her head shaved, which we will get into this in a separate video. But I think we found a part of her medical records that showed she might have had cancer. We're still looking through everything because it's a lot, y'all. It's over 100 pages of medical records. But we think we might have found a part where she did have some type of mild cancer or something. But anyway, but back to what Gypsy was saying to her mom. She said she wanted a dad. Well, Gypsy, you're a grown adult now, so why don't you ask your dad why didn't he actually put any effort into being a dad to you or seeing you? Heck, you apparently live with the man, so ask him. Why don't you have a standoff with him?
Mm-hmm.
You had a standoff with your mom. Why don't you have a standoff with your dad and not let him out of the bathroom until he answers you? Ask him why he's in your life now all of a sudden.
Because she knows they're all making blood money off of all this.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You got that all the way right. She knows that they're making blood money off of it. They all know, all of the Blanchards, I would say, except for Dylan, which is Daddy Rod and Krusty Christie's oldest son, who has his own family, married, living in his own house, all of that. But except for him, you know, with the exception of him, the Blanchards are making money off of this, you know, as far as their family goes. Not like Dee Dee's side of the family, which are the Petries, even though Dee Dee's last name was Blanchard. But Daddy Rod, Krusty Christie, Mia, who everybody thinks is so perfect, and the better one in the family, which, yeah, I would say she is at least, in a way, the better one in the family. but at the same time, she's not. I mean, she just got a nose and chin job done. I mean, she had a rhinoplasty done. She had her septum fixed. She had a chin implant done, which we explained all that in a previous video. The video we done about Mia copied Gypsy. That's what it's titled. If y'all want to go and watch that as well, y'all can. We explain the surgeries that Mia had and what type of surgeries that she had and stuff, and we showed y'all the clips of it and everything. But then Gypsy says she was mad about the medicine that made her drowsy and why'd she have to take it that her mom made her take. Y'all look at this from her friend that named her daughter after Gypsy and whose daughters called her Aunt Gypsy, who Gypsy was the godmother of, too, by the way. We've talked to her a little, and the girl, Rachel, whose daughters we're talking about, we've talked to her a little bit, and hopefully we will get to talk to her a little more soon so that we can do a more in-depth video on all that. They were extremely close and called each other sisters, soul sisters to be exact. This girl even put out things Gypsy wanted to put in the public back in 2020. And before that, while Gypsy was still in prison awaiting her parole hearing and also working on the book as well at that time, y'all will see all that in the other video. We'll put the link to that video at the top of the description box of this video so that y'all can watch that if y'all haven't already, for those of you who haven't seen it. But take a look at this and listen closely about the, quote, sleepy medicine, the medicine that made Gypsy drowsy, that she claims made her drowsy. So this is Rachel, the one we were telling you about just now that we've talked to a little bit. And hopefully we'll get to again soon so we can do the more in-depth video. But listen to this. And this was posted back in January of 2021, January 13th of 2021, 4 years ago. She was posting for those 5 years ago because Rachel got out of prison well before Gyp even had her parole hearing. But she posted this back then. And listen to what Gypsy says.
Gypsy called and I asked her some questions. Here's her answers. Do you talk to the neighbors anymore, like Aaliyah? No. Did you have any guinea pigs? Nope. Will you change your identity? Put a lot of thought into it, but don't think she's going to do it. What's the first thing you're going to do when you get out? Take a hot shower where she can control the hot water. Do you hold a grudge against Nick? Not anymore. What's your favorite Disney movie? Beauty and the Beast. What's the hardest subject you've had to learn? Algebra. She's 13 points away from getting her GED. Did your mom have pills named Sleepy Baby? Yes, and she took them. What's your favorite food? Gumbo, burgers, French fries, stuff like that. Do you like Nicki Minaj? No, not really.
Okay, so y'all heard that, right? Did your mom have medicine called Sleepy Baby? And Gypsy answered, yes, and she took them. She took them. Her mom, saying her mom took them. Not Gypsy, but her mom. Yet Gypsy was just now saying that she was fussing at her mom. Why do I have to take the medicine that makes me so drowsy? Y'all also heard what her favorite foods were? Gumbo was one of them. They don't serve gumbo. I would say 99% sure that they do not serve gumbo, which is a pretty big dish in Louisiana, especially in the bayou and everything. I wouldn't say that they serve that in the Missouri Chillicothe Women's Prison. But she likes cheeseburgers and French fries and stuff like that. And gumbo. which again, I don't believe they served in the prison. So, Gypsy, you're telling all on yourself like crazy, and you did get to eat real food all the time while with your mom.
Did your mom have pills named Sleepy Baby? Yes, and she took them. What's your favorite food? Gumbo, burgers, french fries, stuff like that.
I just wanted y'all to hear that last part one more time. So, she tells on herself way back in 2021 that her mom was the one that had, quote, sleepy baby medicine that her mom took, not Gypsy. So, what are y'all's thoughts on that as well? But while she's having this, quote, standoff with her mom, Dee Dee, the only thing Dee Dee is saying is how she loves Gypsy. And, sorry, y'all, we're still dealing with a cold. But the only thing Dee Dee was saying is how she loves Gypsy and can't live without her. That is so sad when you really think about it.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, and to know her mom's not here anymore and not here to see her own grandchild and stuff, like,
Yeah.
it's just sad. It's sad. She should feel bad, like I said. But that blood money means more to all of them, to the Blanchards and Gypsy, than anything else.
Yeah.
Then she asks her mom, "Why can't you let me go?" Which we all know Gypsy wasn't being held hostage. But if her mom really said, "I need you," it just proves even more how physically sick Dee Dee really was and needed Gypsy's help, and Gypsy wanted to be the, quote, baby and be the one that was treated as such and not have to take care of anyone else, you know? Like, it's ridiculous how she wanted to be treated like a baby and be taken care of.
Is.
And we're going to go over her autopsy as well. We have the whole autopsy that we're going to go over in depth. Again, thank you to the person that got that information for us. We are so grateful for it. We truly appreciate you putting in that hard work to get that for us and stuff. Truly, we do. You know we do. But anyway, her mom literally said, "Please stay." That right there, Gypsy, proves everything you've said is a lie. You could have left any time. It makes me so sad to think about her mom saying, "Please stay." It really does. And y'all notice she never said they went to the hospital and that Dee Dee said they had gotten robbed in the Walmart parking lot, which is what really happened with the whole BB incident. Not to get another prescription of painkillers. That was a separate incident. You know, we covered that a couple chapters ago where she said they were robbed in the Walmart, but Gypsy said that they were robbed in the Walmart parking lot, and that's how they were able to get another prescription of painkillers. Well, there's somebody that we're hoping to talk to soon that was actually in the hospital bed next to them when they went into the ER one time, and Gypsy flipped out on the doctor when he refused to give her another prescription of painkillers, or refused to give her a prescription of painkillers, and tried to explain to her, "We don't do that here." Because you don't. Like, if you're, like, I don't know about other countries, but like in America, in most states anyway, like if you lose your prescription of narcotic medicine, whether it's painkillers or other narcotic medicine, if you lose it, it gets stolen, whatever, you literally have to go through the whole thing of making a police report. You have to have that police report, take it to your doctor, not the emergency room or ER, but your doctor, and then your doctor has to see that police report and then make the choice of whether or not he will write you another prescription. And then you'd have to take it to the pharmacy, show the pharmacist the police report, and then they would, more than likely, fill another prescription, because the pharmacist's license is on the line as well, just like the doctor's is. But that was two separate incidents. Y'all, I'm getting tongue tied. That was two separate incidents. Am I saying the right incidents or incidences?
You said it right.
Okay, anyway, sorry y'all. But yeah, the whole BB Pew Pew incident is where they went to the ER because Dee Dee had to go to the ER, and to cover for Gypsy yet again, she said they were robbed in the Walmart parking lot. So yeah, it wasn't to get another prescription of painkillers. It was because Gypsy unloaded a BB Pew Pew into Dee Dee. And Dee Dee covered for Gypsy, trying to be a good mother, probably thinking she was being a good mother by doing this. But in my opinion, I think Dee Dee should, and we've said this before, like, I think that Dee Dee should have pressed charges on Gypsy a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
And like, gave her consequences and stuff like that, like harsher consequences. And I know a lot of like Gypsy White Knighters are gonna come for people that say harsher consequences, but she was never abused and chained up, this, that, and the other, and starved and all that stuff. That none of that stuff really happened to Gypsy. There's proof of it, actual documented proof of that never happening. Okay, so what I mean is, like, she should have pressed charges against her for the BB Pew Pew incident. She should have done things like that to teach Gypsy a lesson. Yeah, being a mother, you don't want to do that to your child. I mean, obviously. And you may go bail them out the next morning or something, but, maybe if Dee Dee was a little harder on Gypsy, maybe Dee Dee would still be here. Maybe not, with how ill and sick she was. We don't know, because Gypsy decided that it was in her hands to decide whether or not Dee Dee should be on the face of this earth. And Gypsy decided the fate of her own mother, which is sick, Gypsy. But what are y'all's thoughts and opinions on all this, though, and this chapter? We're working on getting chapter 10, like we were saying, out by tomorrow, or at least by Sunday, for those of you who are interested. Also, don't forget to go watch that other video about how Gypsy can just throw away a child, or a child's love, or children's love, really, because it was more than just one child. Y'all see that whole story in that video, and again, we'll link it at the top of the description box of this video. But we hope y'all enjoyed this chapter. We hope y'all enjoyed listening to our commentary, really, not a chapter, but our commentary. We hope y'all enjoyed it and enjoyed listening. And we appreciate all of y'all, and we appreciate y'all listening to our commentary and watching all of our videos. It truly means so much to us. And again, if you're not already, please, please, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. Comment your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. We'll be conversating with y'all as well, just like always. All of the things, and we would greatly appreciate it so, so much, truly, from the bottom of our hearts. But we hope y'all have a good night, and God bless.
Have a good night. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.